What's up, guys? What's going on? What's your day? What's going on? Welcome to the channel, boys. Welcome to Skull Crew TV. It's your boy, Skull. I hope you guys been enjoying the last episode of LA Noire. If you're new to the channel, make sure you hit that sub button. It will help us a lot. And for you guys who be hang around and you didn't subscribe yet, don't hesitate to subscribe, boys. So this is episode 9.
Any Central unit, a possible 415 at Alvera Street Plaza, unit AM.
Okay, let's pause that. Yes, this is episode 9. We're about to go into the secondary mission right now, so then we go straight to the murder scene. The murder scene.
3 identified.
Wait.
11K, go ahead.
Okay.
11K, roger.
I call it murder scene, is it? Crime scene. Yeah.
Reports
Crime
at
scene.
415 at Alvera Street Plaza. 11K,
sorry,
it's code 3.
So let's go. We're about to go to this one. This is weird. Oh.
You're crazy.
If I'm crazy, it's your fault. Running around behind my back. How am I supposed to trust you, goddammit?
Whoa, sir. I think you ought to calm down.
Mind your own goddamn business. Why is everybody always on my case?
Oh!
Officer, watch it! Give it up, old man!
Oh, he killed someone else too.
Bastard.
I don't want to kill him.
Kill a cop, and it's the electric chair. Cover me.
I don't want to kill you, old man. I don't want to kill you. Oh man. I don't want to kill people like that. I want to arrest them. It's not easy when they have a gun in their hand. It's difficult. It's hard.
Car 11K.
Code 4 at Alvera Street, but I'll need an ambulance. Shots fired. The suspect is down.
Roger on your ambulance, 11K. All units be advised, code 4 at the Alvera Street Plaza.
That was 17th Street. Crime completed. With the police, so we can do everything we want. Drifting. Ah! I didn't hit you. That's it.
Go right through here. Up ahead, you turn left.
Continue to respond.
Attaboy, up there you go right now.
Okay, this is the way. This is the way.
That guy there will lead us up.
I'm steeling myself for what I'm about to see.
That'll just be another dead body, partner. Get used to seeing them. You're the gig when you're working a homicide, Phelps.
Yeah. It's stopping. The raining is stopping right now.
Detectives?
Phelps and Galloway, homicide.
Scene is secure. The rest of the patrolmen are going door to door, canvassing for witnesses.
Thanks. Keep me informed.
Will do, Detective.
This looks awfully familiar.
I think that's the impression the boys from the Examiner took with them as well.
There's nothing original under the sun. Why should murder be any different?
What do we have so far?
Not much trace evidence to speak of. Storm blew in around 10 last night, and the rain washed most of it away.
And the body?
Looks like she was tipped out of an automobile from the tire tracks and superficial injuries. Strangled with a length of rope. And for my money, it's triple braid again.
Time of death.
From her temperature, maybe 2 a.m., but it was cold last night.
Usual head injuries.
Blunt force trauma. Knock him over the head, then strangle and mutilate. No message with this one.
At least she was left clothed.
I doubt very much he was concerned with her dignity.
The green silk dress is very distinctive. Any sign of her other shoe?
No. And no handbag or other personal effects.
Okay. At least this one have clothing on.
There appears to be a dry cleaning label. Superior Laundry Services, F1363.
I hate the way the neck sounds. It's crazy, man.
Find anything interesting?
Not missing anything on the arm. Let's see this one. Why is it getting brighter and brighter? Bright is going on. Yo, go down with your hands. Oh, it's light.
Don't think this is anything.
It's the money, man. I don't think this is anything. It's the money. If it was a robbery.
Our driver and our killer are most likely one and the same. No drag marks. The killer was moving around, surveying the scene.
I'll call you when I know something. Meanwhile, get on with the case.
Detectives, I've been working the houses across the street and up the block. This lady thinks she has something for us.
Detective Phelps, LAPD.
I'm Mrs. Barton, Catherine Barton. I live just across the way.
Did you see anyone around here last night?
Not last night, but yesterday, early evening, I saw that awful hobo.
She's telling the truth.
Do you have a description?
Tall, gaunt, horribly disfigured. I think he may have had an accident in the war. He's a very scary, angry man.
Any idea where we might find him?
One of the hobo camps around here. He's some kind of hobo leader. They all follow him around.
Thank you, ma'am. You've been a big help.
Of course. Anything I can do to help. I'd hate to think that something so ghastly could happen right here and nothing be done about it.
Why where's the officer? Take her back, will you? Pick her up. Someone say.
Cole Phelps, badge 1247.
Put in user now.
How can I help, Detective?
I need an address on Superior Laundry Services.
Just a moment. Superior Laundry Services. 1260 West 1st Street.
Can you track down reports of hobo camps in the vicinity of Signal Hill?
Just a moment, Detective. There's a large camp under the bridge on Grand between Temple and Sunset.
Thanks, ma'am.
Okay. We're about to go over there. Wait. Location. If the location, yes, there you go. Sometimes it doesn't have a stripe into the letters or the words or the name, whatever you want to call it. That means you're missing something. Oh, partner, you're already in the car?
105 North Avenue.
No message.
Excuse me?
There was no message.
Where?
On the Vic. The last bodies had something written on them. This one didn't.
I'm failing to follow you.
Can't be the same guy is what I'm saying, right? Before you start trying to link this to Maldonado and all the others.
There are more factors to consider than the messages, Rusty.
This doesn't fit your pattern, Cole. End of conversation. Understand?
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3. Identify.
Let's see, this is the laundry on the...
At least the rain stopped. You can change back into those white bucks now.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD. We're investigating a case, and one of your laundry labels came up. F1363.
If you give me a minute, I'll go find a register and you can take a look. You take a look for yourself. I've got clothes that need pressing.
You wrote the number down on that dress, is it there?
Wait, I forget what it was. F1363. F1363. 1363. 1363. There you go.
Mrs. T. Terrellson, 43 Emerald Street, Westlake.
Thank you. That's it.
I think we ought to investigate the hobo lead.
Well, if you think we ought to, then I guess we ought.
Did it stop raining, but...
You need to turn left at the next junction.
People jumping red light? Why I need to stop? People are already jumping red lights.
Okay, at the next corner, go right. Okay, so go left at the next one.
Nash. Mash or Nash? Nash. It's called as a Nash.
Hey, come on!
Don't care, man.
Up ahead, you turn left.
Hobo count. Where's the hobo
Wait up. Leave me alone. I fought. Where's my wife? Nobody cares about me. I took a
We're
bullet.
looking for a
Nobody cares
tall
about
man
me.
with a disfigured face. You know him?
Huh? What? I fought in 2 wars, you know, son. I think I earned some peace and quiet.
The bum isn't here. We should follow the other lead. These guys can wait.
I don't know who you're looking for, and I don't want to know.
Calling you stupid would be an insult to stupid people.
What the heck is going on, dude?
Two peanuts are walking
What
down
did
the
I
street.
do?
One was assaulted.
Can you go in here? We need to keep looking around, man. There's no one with disfigured face in here, man. That one's just stepping in here. Okay, this is it. This one is closed.
Help me out.
We have a lead. Let's find out what the husband has to say for himself.
There's no people with disfigured face in here. I'm sorry. I need to run back to my car. I don't like this place. It's a little bit scary. Let's go.
I've got a feeling we're about to meet another wife killer.
You've always got that feeling, Rusty.
Yeah, and it's usually correct.
Please, please, for once, can you not let your assumptions color your detective work?
Just you wait. The Nordic type show a particular disposition for this stuff. Go right.
We need to find other things in the house.
Jesus, Phelps!
I didn't mean to do that. I didn't mean to. I was so locked on the game, and I didn't even.
You're going straight. Here.
I need you to take a left at the next corner. Take the next left.
Calling all cars. Citizen reports officer needs help. Shots fired. Officer down. 6th Street and Lindley Place. 6th Street and Lindley Place. Unit to handle code 3 identified.
Sorry, guys. I'm so sorry. I'm so sorry. I like the way you can drive in this game. It's smooth. Like you can feel like you're driving a car with shocks. I can see 2 little girls.
Hello? Yes?
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. Is your wife home, sir?
My wife went out last night and she hasn't come home.
Can you describe your wife and what she was wearing?
We were out at a friend's place, Bobby Ross's, for a party. She was kind of dolled up. She had her green silk dress, open-toed white shoes. Those are her favorite shoes.
Can we come in, Mr. Charlton? I'm afraid we have some rather bad news. Do you have someone who can look after your children, Mr. Charlton?
I've been trying to arrange a sitter. Look, tell me what's happened.
I'm afraid your wife was murdered last night. Her body was found this morning. We're very sorry for your loss. I know this is a difficult time, Mr. Charlton, but we are going to need you to answer some questions. First, we're going to take a look around.
What for? You don't think
it's procedure. You see to your girls.
Little girls walking like adults.
Stay here till Daddy's finished talking to these men.
Where's Mommy?
Everything's gonna be all right, sweetheart.
We would like Mommy to come home now, Daddy.
What's the problem, Tarleton? Let him search. You got nothing to hide. Want to hear something funny, Tarleton? Some bums think filling out a missing persons report actually rules them out as a suspect.
This kid's got a weird problem. The woman burst.
I don't think this is going to help us.
Need to check if she was a regular.
Baron bar.
I wonder why the picture was turned down.
Me too. The picture was face down, so. Another one.
Baron's bar again. Someone must be real sweet on this dive.
Yeah, me too. I think the same thing, Cole. Baron's bar.
If you'd excuse me, ladies. We can see if Pinker can match the impression to the crime scene. So she went out without her handbag?
Oh, please don't be.
She'd have to be in quite a state to leave this behind. At least she was spared that particular indignity.
That's the only thing I can do. Okay,
Lars was out in the rain last night.
why you leave the...
I'll be out of your way momentarily, ladies.
Don't think this is any use to us.
I need to talk to R&I.
Operator, give me dispatch.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, badge 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
Can you run an address for a Bobby Ross? Then send some uniforms over.
Would you like him picked up?
No. Suspect says he was with Ross last night. We need to confirm the alibi.
I'll get a prowl car dispatched.
Thanks. For the record, Mr. Charlton, what is your wife's name?
Teresa.
Do you have any idea why anyone would want to hurt your wife?
No. Everyone loved Teresa. She was so full of life. It can't be anyone who knew her.
Her face impression is so...
So you don't know anyone who would want her dead?
No, I don't.
Why I feel that one?
You said you went to a party at Bobby Ross's place?
That's right, Bobby had a bunch of people over. We were having a good time. She said she was bored and decided to leave.
So when I call this Bobby Ross character and he tells me you're lying...
Look, what do I have to do to convince you that I stayed at the party?
It's nothing personal. I'm just doing my job. You understand that?
Oh, I don't know how this guy's way better than me.
You let your drunk wife leave the party and go off on her own?
Look, I was angry. I was having a good time. She has to go and ruin it. We always have to do what she wants to do. Last night she wanted to go dancing.
Any idea where?
Where she always goes. A bar down on North Beaudry Avenue. Barron's Bar. She goes there, drinks too much, gets maudlin, and calls me. I go and bring her home.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
I think you're in an unhappy marriage, Lars. I think you're lying, and you would like to get it off your chest.
You telling me my wife was unhappy? What proof do you have of that?
Why you have to picture her face down? Wait. Where's the picture?
Looks like I was mistaken.
If you have more questions, I'd rather get this over with now.
Mr. Terrellson, was Teresa happy at home?
Yeah, I think she was.
Spill it, Terrellson. We like the look of you for this, so you better give us something.
We're at the party. She has a few and says she wants to go out dancing. We only have the sitter until 9. I get mad. I tell her to go ahead, but I'm staying. She storms out. Look, I'm doing well at cards. I hardly ever do well. I married her because she was so much fun, but now she drives me fucking crazy.
What time did she leave the party?
About 8:30, maybe a little earlier.
When was the last time you saw your wife?
Around 8:30. The card game at Bobby's was wrapping up. I played out my hand and drove home here. I paid the sitter and went to bed.
You're lying, Lars. You didn't come straight home, did you?
And how do you figure that?
Your boots and your shirt?
You were out in the rain. You got soaked, Lars. We found your wet weather gear.
Okay, I stayed a little later than I said. This cute little brunette was hitting on me. Teresa noticed. I was half cut. I walked her home from Bobby's, but nothing happened. I walked back and got the car this morning.
Thanks for answering our questions, Mr. Terrellson. You'll need to go downtown to identify your wife's body.
I should have taken her dancing.
In my experience, Mac, if you give in to broads, you'll be giving in to them your entire life.
Yeah.
Appreciate your time, sir.
You believe this guy's story?
Kind of rings true.
Why this house is on something. Two clues remaining. There's a clue outside.
Looks like a match with the ligature marks.
The rope is caught.
Sounds like the Terrelson broad had her last drink at Barron's bar. We should check the place out.
I didn't know about that thing. I'm happy that I have the clue thing.
You know.
Oh. 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 Oh, no.
You're making a right at the next intersection. Through this intersection. Okay, so go left at the next one.
Okay, this is the bar. It's not far from their home.
Gents, drink?
Let's see, the bar is here, the body's here. Okay, their home is here.
Phelps and Galloway, LAPD.
I'm Benny Clough. This about Teresa Terrelson?
Yes, it is.
I heard about it on the radio. They're saying it was that Black Dahlia freak again? God damn it. Yeah, I rang that husband of hers. The babysitter said he was out.
If you don't mind, we have a few questions. What time did Teresa leave?
Around 10:30, I think.
On foot? In a car? By bus? How was it?
She called for a cab.
Did you get the number?
Sure I did. I like Teresa. The only time she has a drink is when things aren't going so good at home. I was worried about her.
Would you recommend the special list?
Put out an APB on the cab. 3591. Should be traceable.
What's a 5-star goddamn wedding?
Who was she with? We've had reports about a tall, gaunt-looking hobo. He wasn't here last night?
I get plenty of bums in here, but nothing to fit that description.
The likelihood is that whoever she left here with killed her. Give it up, Benny.
All right, 2 creeps were all over her, promising to take her dancing.
You get a good look at these guys?
Sure. I got a good look. One of them was a sailor in uniform. His cap said, USS Indiana.
And the other man?
The other guy is Richard Bates. He's sitting in the back right now. Red polo shirt.
Any idea where she was headed?
Nope. I didn't get that.
I need to remove this question.
The husband said she wanted to go dancing.
Yeah, she always wants to dance when she's been drinking. She was trying to talk some guys into taking her to one of the dance halls.
Thank you for your help, Mr. Clough. We'll take it from here.
Hey, no problem.
This is Bates.
That's him.
LAPD, don't make me chase you, shitbird. You can't let the son of a bitch get away.
Why you screaming his name? Just walk to him.
Go, Phelps, get after him. Come on, you got a ride. Get in and drive.
I thought you were gonna leave me there.
Who knows what this guy will pull when he's cornered? We could have a killer on our hands.
Don't go to sleep on me. Get me back in close.
I don't think the killer would be kicking back in the bar where he met the Vic in.
Listen, a creature of habit is your killer. For some reason, they're sticklers for routine.
Hit him, Cole. Spit him out. I'll try to shoot out his tires. Wish me luck.
All right, you got me. I've had enough.
Give it up, LAPD!
Why are you running?
Okay, Bates. You're gonna answer some questions.
I have a choice in this.
Last night, you went drinking with a lady in the bar. Now she's dead, and your face is all messed up.
I'm in the clear on that. She preferred a sailor. You could lay it off on him. Are we finished?
Do you want my partner to sap you? Tell us what we want to know.
She was okay. Drunk. Pissed off at her old man, wanting to go dancing. I thought I'd ply her with a few drinks and get my end away. Looks like your Salty had the same idea.
So what happened when you left the bar?
Sailor boy laid one on me. A cheap shot. After that, I don't know.
You've done time, haven't you, Richard? Is that why you ran?
I'm on parole.
On what offense?
Sexual assault. Look, I was lying there on the sidewalk. He flags a cab and jumps in with the broad.
We're taking you in, Bates.
How come?
Just for a chat. Nice private chat. I'll explain my theory of once a degenerate, always a degenerate.
Take him to Central. He's a material witness in a murder case. Find him a cozy cell.
Richard here knows the drill.
Nice place to stop a person. What are you doing? I'm not trying to go over there. Move.
Operator, give me R&I.
Putting you through now.
Phelps, 1247.
How could I help, Detective?
I need an APB out on a yellow cab, number 3591. Ask dispatch to relay all sightings to car 11K.
No problem. I'll get on the radio.
Were there any incident reports filed in the vicinity of Barron's Bar on North Beaudry Avenue? We're tracking a sailor who was involved in a fight outside the bar.
I can check the reports, Detective. I have a message for you from Captain Donnelly. Message reads, James Jessup, U.S. Navy able seaman, has information relevant to your case. Jessup is currently being detained at Central Station.
Could be our man.
Thanks for your help.
Okay. We got a new guy, James Jessup. In the Central.
Car 11K, we have a response on your APB regarding yellow cab number 3591. The vehicle has been identified at a gas station. Now heading west on 7th Street.
Garage on 7th Street. Let's hit it, Phelps. The cab driver might tie this whole thing together.
I hope you're right.
You see our taxi anywhere?
Don't turn here. Around to the right. Attaboy, up there you go right now.
Yellow cab number 3591, sighted at the corner of Wilshire and Whitmer. Repeat, Wilshire and Whitmer, 11K.
Where's that cab got you now?
LAPD, we're investigating a
What's
murder.
that got to do with me?
The fare you picked up from Barron's bar last night. What was the woman wearing?
It's a green dress. Oh, don't tell me something's happened to her.
Tell me about her.
She was with this sailor, and he was all over her. She wasn't having any of it. Said she just wanted to dance. But he had that look in his eye.
Where did you drop them off?
It's at the Crystal Ballroom.
What time?
After midnight. 12:30? Something like that.
Thanks. You've been a big help.
Well, that's gonna ruin my day.
I'm so sorry this time we pulled the way we pulled up to you.
You're taking the next left. Up ahead, you make a right.
We are professional driver level. Fast enough for us. What the heck he's trying to do?
You need to turn left at the next junction. I get the point.
I didn't mean to do that, guys. I'm so sorry. I was trying to turn, but... Okay, never
Okay,
mind.
at the next corner, go right.
Let's go. Drifting.
Straight on. Stay on this road. You don't need to turn here. It's left at the next intersection.
Almost crashed again.
5 George en route to 496 for a flight from the other responders international.
I'm trying to get over there without crashing. Cutscene save us.
He's in interview 2.
Thanks. What do you make of him?
Sailor on furlough who looks like he's in trouble and knows it.
Yeah, I'm thinking of moving up to a 45. I want to put him down.
Detectives Phelps and Galloway. We know why you're here, Jessup, so it would be best if you answered our questions truthfully.
I don't want any trouble. That's why I'm here. I heard on the radio about this lady getting killed. I got leave from my CO to come down straight away.
So why did you kill her?
I didn't kill anyone. Look, you need to believe me.
Let's start at the beginning.
You're 24, she was 30-something.
You went to Barron's bar. What time did you arrive?
I got a 24-hour pass. I got there around 7.
That's where you met Teresa Tarleton?
Sure. We had a couple of drinks.
So you tried to make a woman who was incredibly drunk?
Look, I'm not proud of myself, but I never hurt her.
You took her dancing?
That's right. Caught a cab to the Crystal Ballroom.
You had a fist fight with Richard Bates over Mrs. Tarleton.
You met the guy? He's a creep. You should take a look at him for this.
He's pointing the finger directly at you, Jessup.
I only had one night before I was back in the tub. He had all the time in the world to look for some action. I belted him. I'd do it again. She was better off with me.
Sure. You're a shining example of chivalry, Jessup. Where did you go after the Crystal Ballroom?
I think the wind had gone out of her sails by then. She caught a cab, and I caught a bus back to the base.
We spoke to the cab driver. Tell us what really happened at the Crystal Ballroom.
I'd had enough. She was all upset about her husband bawling about her kids. She looked old. We left around closing, maybe 1:30. We got on a bus and she fell asleep on my shoulder.
Which bus?
An All-American 249. I went past her place. She jumped off and I stayed on it downtown. After that, I caught another bus to San Pedro. The Indiana's down there. She's being scrapped.
And that was the last you saw of Teresa.
Yeah, that's right. We didn't say much. I think she was kind of embarrassed.
The cab driver said that you were getting pretty familiar with Teresa.
It's not how I'd put it.
Tell the truth, Jessup. You were running out of time. You wanted to get laid and Teresa wouldn't come across. It made you crazy, so you strangled her with a piece of rope.
For Christ's sake, that's not true. I felt sorry for her. What proof do you have that I strangled her?
Let me see. Drive this to drop in Teresa at company.
Sorry, my mistake. So the last thing you wanted was her playing hard to get. Did that make you mad, sailor?
Yeah, it did. She knew what a guy's looking for. All broads do. Dancing comes second.
And what happened at the Crystal Ballroom?
Nothing. Not even a little hand relief. She had another couple of drinks. There was no fun left in her. Just poured her guts out to some bartender.
We're holding you till we can clear this with the driver.
Yeah, my CO said as much.
Can you put the guy in 2 in a cell and inform the commander?
Sure, Detective. Got a message for you. Sighting of your disfigured hobo on Grand between Temple and Sunset. And it looks like the Beau has a record, too. He's wanted in connection with 2 female assaults.
Thanks.
What now? Drive all the way to San Pedro and check his locker?
Let's see if the bus story checks out.
There's a depot at 1660 Beverly Boulevard.
You should drive over there. I'm not gonna drive over there, man.
Can you drive to this one?
Yeah, drive, man. I'm sick about driving. You sitting over there without driving.
3 suspects in the can and 1 on the hook. And still no hard evidence on any of them.
KGPL to car 11K. 11K, come in.
11K, go ahead.
Patrolman reporting that Bobby Ross's car game is breaking up at midnight.
11K, roger that.
Ask. Oh, yeah.
And thank you, ma'am. You have a safe trip now. Where are you boys headed today?
LAPD. We're after the driver of All-American 249. Would have been around midnight onwards last night.
Just a minute. Frank Zeffirelli. He's your man.
Where can we find him?
Frank is out on the 7-4.
Can you tell us the route?
Hang on. I should have it mapped out here somewhere.
We'll need to run the loop.
We're not going to drive the whole thing, are we?
Won't take long. We have a siren.
Yeah, we got a siren. We got a siren and we got everything we need. I'm going from this way so I can meet him on the way.
All American 7-4, let's go get him. This could be a long trip, Cole.
Or it could be a short one.
And here's me without my hip flask and only a pain in the ass for company.
Way to kick off the drive in high spirits, Rusty. Comments like that put me in just the right mood for some legwork.
Touchy.
You know what your problem is? You don't like hard work. This kind of rigorous search is what police work is all about. Discipline.
Save it, Phelps. You're just as bored as I am.
Okay, this is a long trip, I ain't gonna lie. A long, long trip. I don't see any boss yet. Come on.
Nope, still no sign of him.
Did you doze off, Rusty? I think you slept through my solving the case.
Yeah, very funny. Just give me a nudge if you see him, all right?
How about you nudge me?
I think that's a job for your wife, Phelps.
Oh, Rusty.
Let's get it. Oh man, this is a long, long trip.
Gonna be a pain in the ass to find him, but we need to talk to that bus driver. Let's roll.
No boss yet. Oh man. Is that a bus? Yes, it's a bus. Is that a bus? Looks like a bus. It is a bus.
How long is this bus route?
It actually covers an area around the size of Central Division.
The probability is we'll find it about halfway around.
That's the bus we're looking for. Ease in behind her and get her to the side of the road.
There's some kind of problem, buddy?
LAPD, we're investigating a murder. You had a sailor and a woman in a green dress on your bus late last night?
That's correct.
And the woman got off first, around 2 a.m.?
Yeah, that's right. And the sailor stayed on all the way to downtown.
Can you tell us where you let the woman off?
On California Street. To tell you the truth, she looked a little lost, like she got off on the wrong stop or something. I didn't like dropping her off near that hobo camp.
You've been a big help, Mr. Zeffirelli.
So Sailor Boy escaped by the seat of his bell-bottom trousers. He left the broad alive.
Left her by the hobo camp.
Which means he's as good as killed her.
We can't eliminate any of them, but the disfigured man should be our starting point.
I'm gonna call for some backup. These bows hate cops.
We're looking for a tall, disfigured man at the camp.
Could be difficult. Most bums look deformed to me.
Come on.
Okay. We're getting the suspect now. A hobo. It's a hobo man. Disfigured face. Right, killing a woman. kill a woman without robbing her? Look like him.
LAPD. We'd like a word with you.
Save it for someone who's interested. They're fascists. Come to move us on and steal what little we have left.
6 rounds won't get us far.
I need you to stay copacetic. You need to hold out till the cavalry arrive.
How do we do that?
Like this. Fuck that. Keep it down, Charlton.
If you want your rightful share,
You're
we need to fight!
What's your name?
Comrade Stalin.
Very funny. We'll find out from your personal effects.
Stuart Ackerman.
You're under suspicion for murder, Ackerman. We're taking you downtown.
You can't do anything more to me than what the Japanese have already done.
Going to chill, my friend.
The Kremlin's over here, Phelps. Toss it and see what you find.
Ackerman doesn't look like much of a dancer.
He wasn't a Marine.
I doubt it. Looks familiar. Safe bet it'll match the mark under Teresa Terreldson's chin.
Yeah, that's it. That's all. It's gotta be around. I don't even like this place. Let's go.
You know the way. You can drive.
Let's go. Come on, fat boy. You know the way. Let's go. I'm waiting on you. Keep hanging around.
The husband has an alibi, but no real motive other than neglect. Jessup's alibi checks out. Bates is a recidivist. He'll be pulling the same shtick until we put him away for good. Ackerman has history, opportunity, hard evidence. What motive?
We have the evidence. We know she was here. All we need is a confession and we can charge the bum with murder.
That's true. We need to break it, and see who's gonna talk. See who's gonna talk. One's gonna talk. He's gonna down. He's going down, 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 down. We know the sailor didn't do anything because when the woman died, he wasn't there.
We're going this way.
Ackerman, you were in the Marines.
How do you know?
The Corps selected big guys for flamethrower duty. That's how you got the burns.
Life expectancy was 5 minutes for a guy in flamethrower detail. What kind of a government puts weight like that on a man's shoulders?
You'll get no argument from me. It was a heavy load.
You feeling sorry for this smelly fuck?
Why did you kill Mrs. Terreldson?
I have no recollection of the people I have killed.
You hate women, Ackerman?
More than you could ever imagine.
How much did you hate Mrs. Terreldson?
I ache to put my